Pokemon move.
It's a Pokemon move.
Pokemon.
None of my Pokemon ever had it because, I never picked Bulbasaur as a starter and I never had Angela.
It's
Chikorita can do it too.
We are
I
live.
also never picked that either.
Chikorita was always my starter.
Chikorita's trash, bro.
Chikorita's cool, but it's not like a
Meganium is like my favorite fucking Pokemon.
I think your headphones are backwards.
Meganium
I think
looks
you're fucking...
like the Loch Ness Monster, and I don't like it.
What? I think...
Oh, wait.
Long neck
Pretty
boy.
dope.
Long neck boy.
We are live. Welcome to Velocity Movies in Review, episode 2 of our Harry Potter franchise. We're having some trouble with headphones.
I don't think we are, I think they are.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
I am your host, Kyle Leonard, and as always, joining me is Tanner House, Jordan Erickson, and Michaela Dotson. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is the second movie. It's already, here we go, already. Laughing at me. I don't think, I was going to say this last week, or not last week, but the last episode, but I didn't because I didn't want to bring it up, but I don't think once in the last review did I do the little Eiffel 65 thing. Yeah, I don't think I did it once.
I didn't miss it. I didn't miss it until you said something. Now I miss it.
Well, he's probably going to do it.
No, dude, now you miss it too much, so now it's a point that I can't do it because you miss it.
It's ridiculous.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, known in the UK as Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Released on November 3rd, 2002, with a $100 million budget, $50 million less than the first one. Wow. If you could believe that.
Weird.
So we just watched it today.
That snake was crazy good looking for 2002.
Still kind of holds up.
Yeah.
For even
That's what
20 years later. So,
yeah.
With that much less.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets is 20 years old next year.
Oh my god.
Oh, brother.
It's an adult.
Oh, I'm going to go ahead and shoot myself.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Had a box office return of $879.6 million. So,
big facts.
Not too bad. Once again, directed by Chris Columbus. Not the genocide maniac Chris Columbus, but the Home Alone director. As an adult, watching the movie now, what do you think? And what do you think you liked more as a kid and didn't that you do now? And what do you think you like now that you didn't back then?
I thought the Whomping Willow scene was a lot more funny when I was a kid because I was like, oh, car gets smashed.
Car gets smashed.
And
violence.
Yeah, and then it's still like, but like I was like fucking busting out laughing when that shit first came out. I was like, oh wow, that's so
that
great.
shit was actually pretty scary.
Yeah.
Honestly, now it's just kind of frightening.
I think me and Kyle looked at each other about 9 different times in the opening half hour just because of how terrible Ron's acting was. Every 5 seconds.
It's not the acting. He does fine acting. It's just Ron in this movie. I hate him to do.
Okay, it's ugly. it's so bad, dude.
Like, oh my gosh. Him in this one and in the fourth one. Can't stand him.
Yeah.
Trying to remember him the fourth one.
He's a little
sick
puppy.
I won't get into future spoilers.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, he's like Harry's like, you just trying to act famous. I'm gonna ignore you. Whack.
Oh yeah.
Whack.
Yeah.
What do you think?
That was about the only thing I dislike about it. Other than that, I don't know. I guess I didn't realize how good the movie was for its time until we kind of talked about it today, and I was like, huh.
It's a lot darker than the first.
Yes.
Definitely a lot darker.
Very much.
Yeah. It's even darker than some that follow it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
For a bit, anyway.
Yeah.
Pretty fast tonal shift.
I thought it was a little funny
and
that the ginger girl without a soul got possessed, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it was so easy to possess her. You didn't have to like push her soul aside.
There was just nothing in there.
Just a vacant seat.
Just a husk of a human.
just hop right in. Ain't nobody gonna fight you here.
Oh
Jump in the passenger seat and let her go. All right, guys. Well,
How'd this one start in comparison to the first?
Oh.
about the same.
Yeah.
So, we open Harry spending his summer with the Dursleys again. Sucks. These people are awful.
Fuckers.
They're hosting some sort of work party for Vernon Dursley's business or something, and then they're making like a big old pudding cake or whatever, and tells Harry like, shut up, don't make a noise. Goes upstairs, and there's an elf jumping up and down on his bed. This is Dobby the house elf.
He's so cute.
Thoughts on Dobby? Yeah.
He's so cute.
He was way more annoying than I remember.
Yeah.
Holy
Yeah,
crap.
you think so?
I would probably squish him.
In this one, it's pretty egregious. He's always messy.
He's so loud.
Very loud.
His voice.
So for some reason, it like bothers me because I did like a whole marathon maybe 3-4 months ago, and Dobby looks way better in the second one than he does like right before he dies. Like I feel like the CGI got worse for him in like the sixth one or no, the seventh one. Also,
The seventh one.
I was gonna say,
sorry,
I'm gonna gloss over that spoiler you just dropped.
Well, no, it's just like he just looked terrible at the time of that.
I think
later on,
they just become so dependent on like CGI that they just are just like. When back then they had to really fucking work at it.
Yeah.
So.
This one was really good for that, though. I mean.
Good for what?
CGI, yeah.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. Dobby says Harry shouldn't return to Hogwarts this year. It's going to be too dangerous. He'll do anything to make him stop. Even goes so far as to intercept the letters from his friends, making him think if his friends didn't like him, then maybe he wouldn't want to go back to Hogwarts.
Little bastard.
Little bastard. They cause a bunch of commotion. Dobby's like, all right, well, if you won't submit and not go to Hogwarts this year, I have no choice but to dump this cake on top of this lady's head. So he like floats it over, and he's like, don't do this. He's like, don't go to Hogwarts. And he's like, no, dude. He's like, all right. And he dumps this pudding on the lady's head.
He basically looked at him and said, bet.
Yep.
Yeah, he didn't hesitate with that one.
No,
He's like, no, you're not gonna do it. He's like, oh yeah.
Not at all.
Am
So this leads Vernon to put bars up on the window, tell Harry that him and that bird ain't going nowhere. Hedwig lives with him now. He's very noisy. She.
Wait, Harry has a
Sounds
proper bedroom now, doesn't he?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. He has an
You
actual
got
bedroom.
Dudley's second bedroom.
Second bedroom.
as stated. It's like, we've been nice to you. We gave you Dudley's second bedroom.
I wonder if he gets bathroom privileges now, or if he still has to use his shit bucket that's under his bed in the closet.
I forgot we talked about the shit bucket.
The shit bucket.
The old
Yeah.
shit bucket.
The old shit bucket.
Because it has a lock on it. There's no way they're gonna let him out.
Alright, you'd think. Yeah, alright.
They had to give him something to go in because the first time he peed under that door, I bet they were pissed.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
He probably grew attached to the bucket. The bucket's probably still there. Where do you think Dobby was hiding? I mean,
Give me no.
sorry.
Oh.
I apologize. That was my fault.
Oh, that's bad.
So yeah, bedroom upgrade.
Bedroom upgrade, definitely. Room upgrade.
So we're locked in the room. We're not going to Hogwarts this year until the Weasleys pop up to the rescue in their flying Ford Angela is the model of that vehicle. It's a flying car. They hook a tow rope to it, yank the bars off, wake everybody up in the house. They struggle to get his trunk into the car and climb out the window while they grab him. Car flies away. Vernon has his ankle. They pull him out of the window, drop him into the bush below.
Bro, I'm telling you, for him like just standing back up and being all pissed off, that's a big old dude. I don't see him getting up after that.
Dude, I fell like 6 feet.
Yeah.
And broke my elbow. So
Like I don't see how he just got up from that. Like that dude needs back surgery now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a big boy. I'm sure something probably in real life something probably broke, but
Yeah.
So we go to the Weasleys' house in God knows where we're introduced to Arthur Weasley for the first time, the
And his cute pointy hat.
head of the household. He's not wearing his hat yet, is he?
He takes it off when he comes in.
yeah.
Because he wears it in the door. Yeah.
Gotcha. What a cute, handsome son of a gun, dude. He's so innocent. He asks Harry what the function of a rubber duck is, because his job in the Ministry of Magic is to study Muggle items, essentially. So he's like, what is the proper application of a rubber duck?
That's so adorable.
It
Oh
really
my
is.
god. Wholesome.
Yeah, he's funny. He looks at Harry. I like that, because he's like, and who are you? Like, lifting him.
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, the letters come in. Harry's is there too, because Dumbledore never misses a thing. He must have known
everything.
Harry was there. And then we're introduced to a new mechanic in the mechanic like it's a video game. A new mechanic in the Harry Potter universe. The flu powder, the flu network. Where you have the flu powder, you drop it on the ground, say where you want to go, and then it'll light up and teleport you there. But you have to speak it super clearly.
You can only do it in fireplaces.
You can only do it in fireplaces, so you're super dirty. Ron says Diagon Alley, drops the powder, flames come up and take him to Diagon Alley. Harry does it, he says diagonally, so the powder comes up and takes him somewhere.
And they're like, what did he say?
Diagonally. Yep.
Yeah, because he had to like sneeze, didn't he? He was like, diagonally.
That would explain.
I think in the book they said he had to sneeze, but in like the movie they don't.
It's not really explained very well. It's also not explained very well why it takes him to Nocturne Alley.
Yeah, we were talking about that. Like, it doesn't take him, like, if he mispronounced it, it didn't take him to the thing he mispronounced. It took him to Nocturne Alley, which is nothing like what he said.
Yeah. Unless it's like diagonal from Diagon Alley.
What if you say something from a different universe, like Fern Gully, and then you're like,
dude.
you wake up as a cartoon, like the size of a cricket.
It's like Midgar. He wakes up.
Yes.
Final Fantasy VII.
Yes. Ooh. Well, Midgar kind of fucking sucks, but I wouldn't want to live there. But
I wonder how Harry Potter holds up in the Final Fantasy universe. 7 universe.
That'd be a good crossover.
I feel like he'd do okay on the top of the plates, but on the bottom sector, you know, like the slums.
You don't want to be in the slums.
Depends on who he's with. I mean, what kind of playable characters that he ends up teaming up with.
Depends on how much MP he has.
If he's with anybody in Avalanche, he'd be okay, I guess.
I think so.
But
just ends up in Wakanda.
The most the only white person there.
Oh, man.
This one has seen enough of war, but the White Wolf. Harry's the White Wolf now.
Oh, yeah.
Instead of Bucky.
She's got a metal arm.
Oh, that's... I've never seen Black Panther, so...
Ouch.
Yeah.
Oof.
Whenever I think White Wolf, I just think of Witcher.
You're just okay with that?
Have you even seen it? I don't think you've even seen it.
No.
Man.
Both grounded.
MCU and review next.
In
order. All 23
I don't have enough pigment to relate to that.
Oh my god.
Hey, they put Bilbo Baggins in that movie.
They did?
Yeah.
So, no, the funny thing is Andy Serkis and Bilbo, the dude who plays Bilbo Baggins, are in it. So
yeah,
Bilbo and Gollum.
Oh my god.
And there's an interrogation between them.
So there's a little bit of Mountains of Caucasus in there a little bit.
Oh my
you know?
god, I love
some white people.
Now we have to watch it.
Hagrid finds Harry, takes him out of Nocturne Alley. He sees some pretty shady stuff going on with...
some hood rat stuff going on in Nocturne
Alley. What the fuck was he doing in there?
Long-haired silver fox looking fella.
Yeah, there was a bunch of weird stuff going on.
Yeah, he's like, it's like Hagrid. Why the fuck
people like passing things to each
other. I think he said that too. He was like, here's a real question. What was Hagrid doing there?
Yeah. He's like...
Harry asks him too, and he's like, adult stuff or something. He says something, but
don't
worry about me hookers, Harry.
It's like the red light district of the magic world.
Yeah, no, literally.
Hookers. Yeah.
I immediately thought that. I was like, what the hell is this?
That's the Tortuga.
Fucking some centaur bitches.
That's the Tortuga of the Harry Potter world.
It really I can go for some centaur bitches.
Wooden syringes just laying around.
Wooden syringes.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Wooden syringes. Oh my god.
Hagrid meets up with Hermione, who takes them all back to the bookstore where they meet up with the Weasleys again, and we're introduced to Gilderoy Lockhart, played by Kenneth Braga, the director of the first Thor movie. All right.
Oh,
crazy.
A little fun fact about it.
A little fun fact.
He's played up to be this like huge star, famous wizard, wrote a bunch of books. He's a ladies' man.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
The
Weasley, what's her name, Mary or whatever, Molly Weasley, right?
Molly.
She's a big fan of him. Sees that Harry Potter's there, gives him a bunch of free books.
He's basically Shooter McGavin.
Basically. Except for Shooter McGavin could play golf. This guy can't play golf.
This guy can't fucking do shit.
This guy can't do nothing.
Oh my god.
He's pretty adept with memory charms.
He's not even good looking. Well, he's
that was my thing. Is after like reading the book, I was like, man, they hyped this dude up to be so hot, and then we get this guy playing it.
Well, I mean, if you look at what British people find attractive.
Austin Powers.
I was just gonna say Austin Powers.
It's all about the mojo, man.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
You know? Maybe this guy just had more mojo than Sirius Black or whoever pops up in the later movies that should probably...
He didn't even have mojo either. He just sucked at everything.
He definitely could have been Ron's stepdad if he wanted.
Like Austin Powers.
Oh my god, yeah, she was always just like
Dude.
banning herself.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Oh,
girl, calm down.
by the end of the week, stepdad.
Oh, jeez.
As we're leaving, we bump into Malfoy, who gives Harry a little crap about being famous. His dad walks in. He's like, hey, man, show a little respect. We're like, oh, cool, this guy's going to be not shady. False.
False.
Picks on everybody. Picks on Hermione for having Muggle parents and not... we don't get the word yet, the slur yet, but it's implied that
Some little wizard slurs going on.
Muggle parents with a magical child is something that some people don't like, apparently. Slips a book into Ginny's cauldron, real quick.
For the record, though, he had every reason to make fun of that group because after they did that flu powder trial, they all had dirt all over their faces and they just looked gross. Like, Harry's just got, like, dirt on, like, one side of his face, and I was like, okay, I get it. I'd make fun of him, too.
But yeah, real quick, if you didn't notice, Lucius, like, takes a book out of Ginny's cauldron and looks at it and then like slips 2 back into her cauldron and slips the diary back into her cauldron.
I didn't notice that. I don't think.
Yeah, that's how Ginny gets Tom Riddle's diary.
Mm-hmm. That motherfucker. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
I hate him even more now. He's a villain.
We were trying to find out how the fuck she got it.
That's
and
where
we're
she
like,
gets it.
What the fuck?
Where?
Like, why Ginny?
Harry mentions it at the very end, but it's like as he's trying to free Dobby, basically.
So we probably weren't really paying attention to it.
And it's hard, and it's easy to miss at the beginning. But yeah, she's got 1 book in her cauldron, and then he slips another book into the cauldron. So it's clear, because I had to go back and look, too.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, what a guy, dude. What a guy. It's Ginny's first year, so the Weasley parents run through the brick wall with her, and then Perry and Ron. Perry and Ron.
Harry Potter.
Perry, Otter, and Ron try to run through it, but they can't get through it. They smash into it.
Those people just look at him like...
The guy's just like, hey, are you being funny? What are you doing? Are you having a laugh?
You having a giggle, mate?
That impact was pretty convincing, too.
It was
a pretty good one.
Part of me's like, maybe they just told him to run into...
Dude,
those had to have been stuff.
You know Daniel Radcliffe and him, like, they fist bump and they were like, we're going to go full speed at this thing. Let's do this. And then they went for it.
Like, don't worry, man. It's just
I
cardboard.
don't know. Kids are like fucking rubber, dude. They can't...
Yeah.
Yo,
I mean, if you're going to have somebody do it, probably better to be the kids.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, I was sparring with my kid a little bit ago, and he kicked me in the knee, and I thought he broke his foot. He's like, I'm fine. Okay.
Turns out he broke my foot.
Yeah, broke my knee.
They're worried because, hey, if we can't get in, maybe they can't get out. What are we going to do? This is ridiculous. Ron has the idea. Let's take the car. So they take the flying car.
The car.
And they're like, hey, Muggles can't see us. That would be super bad. And I think it was Harry that's just like, well, fly then. Let's go. Come on, hurry up. Let's just be quick about it. Whatever.
Like, they're already in the air, and he goes, Muggles aren't used to seeing flying cars. And he's like, oh, now we're invisible.
Yeah, he hits the invisibility.
You didn't think about
deal.
that before? What a fucking idiot.
Did not cross his mind.
Fool.
God, Ron
Foolish children. Yeah, they fly over London. They even, like, I think, scrape the top of a building and get up.
I can see a mugging.
Yeah. They get to the open area. They find the train tracks. Get down on the train tracks, and they're like, "Hey, I can hear the train. We must be close. That's good. We just got to speed up and catch up to it." Surprise! Train's behind them.
All up in the ass.
All up in them, dude.
That was a pretty good sequence.
It was.
It was pretty intense.
It's one of my favorite sequences in the movie, like the train. It's very good.
It's very good.
Long story short, they end up making it to Hogwarts in the car on their own. Flying around the side of the building, they end up crashing into the tree. They're like, okay, cool, we're safe, whatever, that's cool. Wham! The tree starts smacking them around, the whopping willows, like, breaking the window.
Giving them breathalyzers.
At one point, Ron was trying to stop the car. He's like, stop, 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 stop! And snaps his wand on the steering wheel. And he's like, go!
Pretty good foreshadowing.
The first squealy cry of the movie.
He's so bad.
But not the last.
But
he's so bad in this one. They fall out of the tree. The car boots them all out and then drives away off into the woods. For what, we'll figure out later.
Also, pretty rude to just kick Hedwig's cage out like that. What
Yeah.
if he didn't catch it, dude?
God.
Yeah. I mean, Scabbers, whatever. You probably could have kicked that out the front.
I wish you would have ran him over, yeah.
But,
I got some stuff to say about Scabbers.
Yeah,
next movie.
One more movie. They get in Great Hall. Filch finds them and takes them to Snape, who's just like, you were seen by no less than 7 muggles. Now we have to hunt them down and obliviate them or something, I imagine. Is what they have to do.
I imagine.
Sounds about right.
I thought they just like Ben in Black that
I was just going to say, is it weird that I imagine that just going up and being like, yeah, and then they're good.
Isn't that their obliviate, kind of? Like
It is, but it'd be
neuralizer?
It'd be cooler.
I was thinking like you meant like, I was thinking obliterate.
We do that too.
Obelisk!
Obliterate!
They probably just have
all right, go clear those mothers' minds. Oh, Vada Kedavra. Right. Let's make short work of this today.
It's clear. He can't remember.
He doesn't know what's going on anymore.
Just hand him a pistol and he has to go in the basement and they're all chained up.
This movie got real
This is
dark.
because of year.
Behind the scenes.
We're making a way darker movie. Dumbledore and McGonagall walk in and they're like, hey man, you can't expel these homeboys, Snape, because they're in Gryffindor. And McGonagall's the head of Gryffindor. She's like, that's cool. You're not being expelled, but you got detention.
Oh.
Slap on the wrist. Beautiful.
With Lockhart of all people.
Oh yeah. In detention. Where am I at here?
You're in detention.
Because we find the cat now, right? It was after detention or whatever. He was helping him sign fan mail.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, was the cat... The cat wasn't the first one, was it?
It's the very first one.
The very first one?
Okay. Yeah, because he's in detention signing fan mail or whatever with Lockhart. That's how he chooses to spend detention. And then when he's done with that, he's walking through the hall.
Meets up with Ron and Hermione.
And he says he's hearing the voice. And he's like, I feel like it's going to hurt somebody. It's going to kill. So he like runs down the hall to try and find the voice. It's like a whispering voice on the wall. We turn the corner, and there's a big, bloody writing that says the Chamber of Secrets has been opened. Enemies of the air, beware.
Next to a frozen cat.
Next to a frozen cat hanging Mrs. Norris, which is Filch's cat.
I thought she was dead.
Nope.
She's froze.
He thought she was dead.
He thought she was dead.
Yeah. I'll kill ya!
Yeah, I was wondering where all that blood came from.
Yeah, I thought it was from her.
You see towards the end where the blood came from. We won't get to that.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Trying to adjust this so I couldn't want to get.
I'll say something sounds creepy.
It sounds very dungeon-esque.
Sounds like you're throwing a.
It's like when the basilisk is in front of you and you throw that rock. That's what it is. Moving on.
Oh, so we're wondering who the heir is now, of course. Because Malfoy walks up, of course. Everybody gathers around, and Malfoy's just like, the rest of you Muggleborns better be ready too.
Nope, say the word. You have to say the word.
Did he say it to her already? The mudblood word?
Well, he didn't say it to her, but he said mudblood.
Mudblood.
Yeah, he hasn't called her a mudblood yet.
Hard M.
So he says mud
with a hard M.
The M word.
Yeah.
The M word.
The M word.
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Shame.
Very much shame.
It's funny that Harry doesn't know what it means, but then like when somebody says it, everybody's face like, oh.
And he's just like,
what does that mean? I've been in a closet my whole life.
Their faces make it look like it's worse than a hard R, if you know what I mean.
I don't think the hard R exists in Hogwarts, so that's probably their version.
Because there's only one black person.
Then she gets changed to white in the 5th book. So.
Oh, I was talking about the black dude from Gryffindor.
The announcer?
Yeah.
Yeah, he goes hard.
I thought that was a girl.
It's a boy.
Yeah, we were actually.
In the first one, I thought he was a girl in the first one because prepubescent.
Yeah, short, long dreads. After that, he's got like a fro.
And he's got a little bit of a deeper voice in this one too.
Looks like that singer that sings Fast Car or whatever. I'm gonna fast car, just fast.
I still have no idea what you're talking about. But
you don't know that song?
I love that song.
Yeah, dude. Get out.
I'm with you.
I gotta get out too. I have no idea.
Door, beat it.
Good thing I sat so close to the door. today.
Hey, will you grab me another water?
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm like really
Only if I
thirsty.
can throw it at you.
No, that's what it's there for.
It's some squeaky waters.
Squeaky waters.
They're probably all screaming. It's actually them communicating as they're grabbing that one out.
Yeah.
No! Hold on! Jonathan! They decide, reading in a book, that there's a potion called Polyjuice Potion, in which you can imitate every aspect of a person's physical form. So they decide that they're going to brew some of that and interrogate Malfoy to figure out who the heir of Slytherin is, but it takes a month to brew.
And nothing else could go wrong.
Absolutely nothing.
Never does.
Absolutely not. Later on, we're brewing the potion in the girls' bathroom on the second floor, or something like that, but nobody ever goes in there because of Moaning Myrtle, who's just awful in this movie as well.
Worst character in the entire series. If she wasn't dead, I would kill her again.
Oh, man. She's so bad.
I'd be
How was I supposed to know?
I'd be 5 seconds away.
She's like, I was distraught.
I was
distraught. I hate her so much. Come to throw something else at me.
Say one more word and I'm calling fucking Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
I'm calling fucking Ghostbusters if you
Ghostbusters.
do not shut up.
At least like she's like a normal creep in this one. Like later, she ends up being a pervy
Oh
creep.
my god.
Yeah,
That's like the third or fourth one.
Fourth one, yeah.
Fourth one? Oh my god.
She gets
dude.
a little pervy.
Oh
Very
yeah,
pervy.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I remember
Full
that part
perv.
now.
Full perv. You never go
Full
full perv.
Really
Full
perv.
perv.
She went full perv.
Anyway, I think, because we're just about to get into the Quidditch game, I think now's a good time for us to eat a bean.
Oh.
For the record, he doesn't mean drugs.
Michaela and Jordan were in the cities the other weekend, and they had the
baby.
decency to bring us back some Birdie Bots, every flavored beans.
flavor.
They're not all bad though. I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna grab one.
I'm gonna
Do
look
it.
at
I
mine.
want to look at
She's
it.
like, I'm gonna freaking live. All right,
I'm
I'm gonna do it with you, okay?
This blue one.
Ready?
I didn't look. We're good.
Blueberry.
Ready?
All
Party.
right.
Oh yeah, some ASMR for you.
I got something decent, right?
That's cinnamon. I got cinnamon.
Oh no, that's bad. That's real bad.
Ah, you're welcome.
Oh, I know what it is.
What?
Soap.
Soap.
Ew.
Finish it.
Mine's either grass or a worm, but those are kind of
Similar, you would think.
similar.
Maybe.
What color was it?
Didn't even look at it.
I definitely got lucky on that one. I got cinnamon. So, I'll pick it.
Yeah, me too. I got
Hey.
blueberry. I looked at it.
Wow. Okay. Cool.
In my head, I'm like, this is not that bad. It's kind of sweet. And I pull out my mouth. I'm like, it's blue. What's blue? And I was like, soap. Now I can taste it.
No, it's
As soon as I
You
looked, I was
psyched
like, I can
yourself
taste
I'm over
I'll
here
psych
eating
yourself out.
grass and worms.
it. Ugh.
Oh, man.
You love there was an ass flavored one, huh?
Grass.
just a handful of them.
Oh,
One of them just dog
sign me
shit.
up.
Sign me up.
Sign me up.
Some bussy flavored.
Pussy. Pussy.
I swear we get grosser and grosser every movie we do.
That's true. That's true. But we haven't said Muggle Hole or Meat Wand yet. So.
Dang it! Dang it!
Dang it!
Oh, I got the jockstrap one.
Oh no! Not use the jockstrap. No.
They should really, honestly,
last
like make a
5.
line like that, like
Just horrifying.
like, just horrifying, like
Ugh.
ass and
What's wrong with ass?
sweaty balls
Okay,
and
I'm drawing the line at sweaty balls. I like some ass though.
schmagma.
Yeah, dude. Gym tights after a jog.
From it to cheese.
There you go. At some point, the Quidditch team's going out to practice. This is where Malfoy is introduced as the new Seeker. He's got a Nimbus 2001, which is 1 year faster than Harry's Nimbus 2000. Get out of here. It's like having an iPhone 6 now. Calls Hermione a mudblood here. That's
Everybody
when,
else still got the taste of their being because I'm still got soap in my mouth.
That's okay. We'll get another one soon.
It's not okay.
I got a bit of grass still.
Maybe we'll get another one soon. Yeah, this is the first time Ron casts a spell. He tries to eat slugs. but it backfires on him and he starts spitting out like
oh my
horrible
God.
snails.
That part made me
it makes me gag every time.
There were
that
a lot
part
of those.
made me gag so.
I even like I'll put my hand over my mouth
about
before he even says eat slugs because I know it's coming. I'm like,
Yeah, and that's when we get the part with Hagrid where he's spitting slugs into the bucket, but he's kind of explaining what a mudblood is to non-magic parents that give birth to a magic user, and it's like dirty blood essentially. And
that's why like Harry tells Hagrid, he's like, oh, he called her a mudblood, and Hagrid's like,
he did not.
Yeah, that's when you realize how bad it is.
I can't remember. Do Hermione's parents know she's a...
Yeah, because they were at the bookstore.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because
And
when
Ron's dad
Lucius is like
fascinated
picking on her, he like looks over at her parents who are like looking at school books, and she's like looks back at him. So
Ron's dad loves them though, because they're dentists, and he asks them all kinds of questions.
Well, my question is, I thought Muggles weren't supposed to know anything about magic. Is that like
That's
an
what I was thinking.
exception
How'd
of
they
the
get there?
parents or what?
I mean,
I feel like it's once the kid gets the letter, then it's like they're allowed to
An
know.
They're
exception.
just plot holed in.
they're just
Yeah.
They just
So they're
Plot
potholed in.
Yep.
I'm afraid
Fair
that's
enough.
probably what happens.
Yes.
Well, that's J.K. Rowling.
But wands and flying cars and stuff.
Yeah.
Just ignore all
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. You're right. I'm sure they got loopholes and shit.
During the Quidditch game, Harry's flying around. He's almost gets hit by a rogue bludger. Oliver Wood's like, hey man, you gotta keep your eye on the ball, dude. You gotta be like me. You gotta always be paying attention.
Wham!
Wham!
Just gets wrecked.
Knocks him, and that's the second movie he gets yeeted off of his broom from like 35 feet in the air.
Yep.
Dead. I don't think we see Oliver Wood again, so he probably died right here.
Yeah, literally, like, I have to imagine getting hit with those things is not bad, but I have to imagine falling. In every game, we see somebody fall from really high up.
They don't even
That's
have
gotta
like
suck.
Well, I'm
water
sure,
or a foam
you know,
pit.
they probably
it's just
have
like,
it. If we're being realistic, they probably have like people at the bottom who like cast spells to like catch them and shit.
But they don't.
They fall asleep.
I was gonna say, in the second one, or in the very first one, we see Oliver Wood just tumble to the ground, smack the ground, and land.
In sand,
That still hurts.
it's gonna be less of like a hard impact than like ground. I feel.
Get like
though.
the firefighter little trampoline guy things, you know? And they're just, like, running around under all the-
We got him! We got him!
Oh wait, we don't got him.
We don't got him.
Oh, no, shit. Sorry.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
The bludger comes back for Harry, starts chasing him around. Everybody's noticing, like, hey man, that thing's been tampered with. It's chasing Harry. So he sees the snitch. Malfoy's like picking on him, flies by his head. So him and Malfoy both go after the snitch. They're chasing it around. That little annoying kid, Colin Creevy, right? Takes a picture of him. He's a little douche. We saw him.
He's such a little douche. I'm sorry.
We saw him a little bit ago. He snapped a picture of Harry without telling him. Whatever, he's a Gryffindor. Kid.
I hate that he does this when he talks like when he talks. I'm just like, I'm gonna do it one more time,
Dude.
kid. I swear to God.
You know,
This.
I just think it's funny. You're like Harry and Malfoy are chasing the snitch, and I just like imagine them with some fucking rock.
Get that snitch.
Yo, get that snitch.
Get him!
Get him!
I
Sorry.
got 5 stitches for that motherfucker.
I was waiting for the Top Gun theme song to start playing.
That would have been dope. So this, I like this sequence too, when they're like flying like
Danger
underneath.
zone.
Yeah.
That would have killed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Because this was a good sequence. Like the bludger's ripping in between like the bleachers, essentially as they're underneath, flying around, trying to catch this snitch, and then eventually Malfoy's broom gets caught on one of the pieces of board. He gets launched up and out and like lands on his tailbone. Ooh. And he's like, and his dad's like,
Disappointment to the family.
what an idiot.
He probably had a recall on that thing and he didn't check.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that thing straight up shattered. He bought one for the whole Slytherin team, I think.
Yeah.
His owl
His
probably
dad did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His owl probably dropped
That's how
off
the
a letter.
mudblood argument started. As Hermione said, "Well, they all got in on Talon. Your dad bought your way onto the team, and then he calls her mudblood."
Yep.
Yeah.
He probably got back and opened a letter from his owl that said, "We've been trying to reach you about your
Broom's extended
warranty." So it's just Harry chasing the snitch now. He reaches out to get it, but the bludger comes up and shatters his arm. He manages to hang on to the broom, and he reaches out with his opposite arm and tries to grab the snitch, but falls off the broom, tumbles to the ground. Reveals that he did actually get the snitch. So Gryffindor wins the game, but the bludger is not stopped. It's come down, slamming up and down on the sand, trying to smash his face in when Hermione explodes it. We get another good moment from Gilderoy Lockhart here when he's like, I can fix this. He grabs his arm and he some sort of repair spell, but turns it into rubber.
I don't know why that part has always disgusted me too.
I do like how, like, originally when he goes like, "Oh, I'm gonna fix this," Harry looks at me, he's like, "No, not you, not you."
Yeah, no, please.
Nonsense. Let me just take the bones out of your arm.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it would make the pain go away, wouldn't it?
I mean, I'm sure it did.
I wonder how that would feel, like, because are the pain nerves still there? Like, because when
I would imagine it would. I don't know what having a dick feels like, but I would imagine it would just feel like a flaccid dick, you know?
Bending, like, okay, just we're on the same page. Are we talking about, like, bending a boner?
No.
Because that sounds
flaccid.
horrendous.
Flaccid penis.
Oh, then it's fine.
Flaccid
It's fine.
penis.
we're talking about chewed up wad of bubble gum here, dude.
Then it's fine. Glad we had this conversation, guys.
We are moving.
Oh, that's terrible.
Whew, okay.
Starting to sound like
Harry Potter is bent boners. Let's go.
His forearm shrinks in the winter.
starting to sound like Molester Myrtle.
Oh, goodness.
I really am.
Molester Myrtle.
Oh my god.
Oh, I really kind of am. I gotta back off.
Oof.
In the infirmary, Dumbledore and them wheel in another body while Harry's asleep. We also say that it's, easy to fix bones, harder to grow them back, so you gotta drink this Skelegrow disgusting potion stuff.
Yeah.
But that night, they bring in another petrified person, Colin McCreary. Creevy. He's petrified, holding his camera up in front of his face. They're like, maybe he took a picture of it. They open the camera and it explodes. Dang it, if it only was digital. It could have been uploaded to the cloud already.
Yeah, and if it's film, the second light hits it, it bleaches it, and it's done. So, so you can't open a camera.
I'm not sure why you
look
opened
at
it,
just...
but...
Yeah.
I guess Dumbledore's old. It's stupid.
Oh, shit!
What? He's like, I don't have to throw a tarp over my head to take a picture, so I don't know how it works.
I mean, his name starts with dumb, so...
That's
He's pretty
Dumb
smart.
old whore.
something we have not
Dumb
brought up
old whore.
Dumb old door.
Ruh-oh, Raggy.
Jeez.
Here in the infirmary, Dobby visits Harry Potter again.
Which he should not do.
Lets him know that he tampered with platform 9 3/4 so that they couldn't get in, and he also reveals that he enchanted the bludger. Harry's basically ready to yeet this dude now. He's like, dude, what are you doing?
Dude, that bludger could have fucking killed him.
Dude.
Yeah. He makes it a point to say that no, never kill, not kill. He doesn't say it until the 5th. But that's my favorite. We'll get to that. I don't want to talk about it now. But Dobby has my favorite line in the 7th one. But
however, if I see Dobby even after the thing at the aunt and uncle's house, it's on site, bro.
dude, it's fight on site.
It's on site.
Like, dude, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
And then you add in the other two things, it's on site, bro.
He lets it slip that the Chamber of Secrets has been opened in the past, and Dobby does the old Hagrid line, I should not have said that.
Slam my fingers in these drawers.
Should not have said that.
Yeah, he punishes himself, whacks himself with the Skelegrow bottle, and he's like, dude, will you stop?
You're really creeping me out.
Here it's also said that he's a house elf. He can't, speak ill of his family. He can only be freed by, being gifted an article of clothing. Blah, blah, blah. All this good stuff.
So he gave him a sock.
Later, gives him a little crusty sock.
Crusty, whitey tights.
He's like, the only way I can be free is if somebody gives me a crusty sock that stands up on his own. It is what it is, Harry. I'm sorry.
How many times have you used this?
I love how Harry gives this. I know we're gonna see what Harry now, but he lifts his pants up to show that he's not wearing a sock. What if he gave him his underwear and just pulled on the little hip part? And was like,
oh yeah,
it just bit his lip.
His little ass crack.
Oh, that's how they should have done it, right there.
Oh god.
Harry just shows up shirtless.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just like the picture.
Just like that Facebook picture.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but
It's beautiful.
Yep.
it was a beautiful one.
Beautiful.
Now we get the wand battle with Snape and Gilderoy.
Yeah.
Snape strips up Expelliarmus' Gilderoy, puts him on his face, and he's like, if I wanted to block that, would have been super obvious. Could have done it easily.
Owned his ass.
Owned him, dude. Snape's like, let's let some students do this. How about Harry and Ron? He's like, oh, well, Ron's wand is more dangerous than it is good right now. So how about Malfoy? Because we all know that these two got to fight at some point.
We know that they just love each other.
We all just want to see them fight.
At this point, these two, yeah, they're like the Naruto and Sasuke. We gotta get them to fight here. I guess they're wizards, so it'd be more like Yuno and Asta, but whatever.
I have not seen Black Clover, but is it pretty good? Is it pretty good?
I like it a lot. He's very annoying. Asta.
That is exactly why I watched the first episode and I was like, I cannot fucking handle this main character.
It does get really good though. It's the other characters that you're kind of like, oh damn, these guys are sweet. Anyway, right away, these guys are like, all right, just use some defensive spells, nothing crazy. And then they just start like flinging out crazy spells at each other, setting each other. And then eventually Malfoy, what is it, Serpent
Sortium
sends out his King Cobra. Gilderoy's like, don't worry, Snape, I got this. Shoots at it, launches it in the air.
And just pisses it off.
Lands in front of that one dorky kid, and then Harry starts talking to it. Go ahead, we're gonna let you.
Yeah, we see you practiced your parcel mouth for the episode. I see.
Shit my pants.
So he's whispering sweet nothings in the snake's ear. Everybody's dumbfounded. Snape disintegrates it, and the dorky dude's like, "What are you on about? What was that?
What are you playing at?
What are you playing at?"
I didn't get that at first because I was like, well, he was obviously trying to tell the snake not to attack him.
We know that.
But
he did not know that.
How did he not know that?
Because all he heard was, shh, eat this dude's face. That's all he heard.
Sally sells seashells.
I like how Harry's real slow about his parcel tongue. He's like, but then Tom Riddle at the end's like, and like the basilisk takes off. I'm like, man, that is fluent.
Like
that like a death metal band.
Like
Harry's a breakdown
Harry
of a
took
chord
Spanish.
song.
Harry took Spanish 1 in freshman year. Tom finished the whole class, right?
Yeah. So it's Polyjuice potion time, baby. We're up in the girls' bathroom again. We get Moaning Myrtle being just god awful once more. She's the worst. Anyway, Hermione says that we got to get Crab and Goyle to eat these cupcakes. Shouldn't be an issue. They're real big and stupid. And then we drink the Polyjuice potion and we turn into Crab and Goyle. Hermione runs into the bathroom because she's going to throw up. Crab and Goyle eat the cupcakes. They pass out. They put them in a broom closet. And then Harry and Ron basically interrogate Malfoy.
As well as he can for being...
As well as he can, yeah.
An idiot.
We were watching it with Kale, and then like Kale brought up a good point. He's like, dude, that whole conversation between like them and Malfoy is like a fucking NPC fucking conversation.
Right? Yeah, dude.
Where is he at? Why is he there? Where are you going?
He just immediately lays on the couch and he's just like, those filthy blah, 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 blah.
I hate them.
It's like, we weren't even talking about this.
My father always said that Dumbledore was the worst thing that happened at Hogwarts.
I hate my mom.
We didn't even say his name. So.
Oh my god. That's not true.
That's not true.
What, you think there's someone worse?
Sounds like you could hide behind the couch and that's what they would be saying. What do you think? Harry Potter?
And then it starts wearing off.
Maybe onto something. It's revealed here that Malfoy is not the heir of Slytherin. He doesn't know who it is, but it's not him. And then they start to, change back. So they bail back to the bathroom, and they're like, man, okay, glad we figured all that out. How's Hermione? And Moaning Myrtle's like, it's a real disaster in there.
She's hideous.
Have you seen Jumanji?
Do you like to fuck furry things? You'll love looking at her.
Okay, Myrtle. We're going to go to the bathroom.
So I just went from Molester Myrtle to Molester McHale.
Whatever you say, book 4 Myrtle.
Book 4 Myrtle.
Book 4 Myrtle. We open the door, and it's shown that Hermione thought she got the hair of a Slytherin girl. Forget the name of the girl.
Something Millistrode.
But it was actually the hair of a cat that was on her robe. Ooh. So it turned Hermione into a cat.
And
furries rejoice.
It is seriously
which
so
does not
funny.
Supposed to work, so she doesn't get to change back like they did. She has to go to the hospital.
It's super funny how low budget her
yeah
makeup. It totally reminded me of the monkey guy in Jumanji. I was like, that's literally like the same dude might have done it.
Yeah, like, I can see why they probably had to skimp on something like that so that like at the end it could look better. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you could just tell because it's all covered in shadow. And like you basically only see your eyes. They basically like hid it as much as they could. Like, all right, we skimped a lot of money on this, so let's kind of hide it.
And then when she comes out, it's
we're putting $90 million into the basilisk by itself.
And like it looks
worth it.
And like it looks bad. So
well, it'll never look like bad CGI at least.
True.
Physical props.
After that, is this where he gets the diary through Myrtle's face? I think so, yeah. Myrtle's complaining about how somebody came in here and threw a book at her. And Ron's like, dude, you're a ghost. What does it matter? She's like, it still hurts my feelings.
I'm still annoying, though.
I'm still annoying.
Typical
20 points
man.
if you get it through her chest. 50 points if you get it through her skull.
I bet everybody comes up there just to throw fucking books at her.
I would.
I would. I mean, I'll be back in 10 minutes, bet.
Yeah. Let me go to the library, see how many books they'll let me check out at one time.
Yep.
So I can throw them all at you.
And then I'll blame it on you.
Yeah, pretty much. So Harry's going through this diary. He writes his name. My name's Harry Potter. It like sinks into the book. He writes back, hey, Harry Potter, my name's Tom Riddle. Blah, blah, blah. They're having a conversation. Do you know about the Chamber of Secrets? He's like, yeah, I can't tell you, but I can show you. So he gets like sucked into the book. Now we're in the past. And we see a young Tom Riddle, a young Dumbledore 50 years ago. And then we see a young Hagrid who is confronted by Tom Riddle.
Wasn't Hagrid supposed to be like 15 at that time?
I mean, probably technically.
And I think they said that he was like supposed to be like 15 or 16 at the time. And
right.
It's like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah. Myrtle's played by a 37-year-old woman. So
gross. Also, Hagrid's half giant, so...
That's true.
I mean, he's half giant.
Maybe he ages differently.
Yeah, his mom's a giant and his dad's a human.
Interesting.
Fair enough.
He probably had a beard when he was 3.
Wait a minute.
You heard me right.
Whoa. Oh, no, his mom was a human and his dad was a giant?
No, his mom was a giant, his dad was a human.
I don't think a human woman's making it out of the opposite situation alive.
His dad was a midget.
But how did he...
He used his whole body.
They must have been very strong swimmers, you know? They got a lot more room to swim, but...
Magical universe.
He does say at some point, he's like, oh, I love my mom. She was so funny. She used to just pick my dad up with one hand and just set him on the dresser. And I was like, oh, that's cute.
That's a big mom.
That's a big mom.
A Vatica
big
pregnant.
Mom.
A Vatica pregnant.
A Vatica pregnant. Done.
Fetus deletus.
That's the opposite. Then we got a Vatica pregnant to put a baby in him.
Oh,
yeah. Hagrid is being accused of opening the Chamber of Secrets and that his monster is the one that is killing people. He's like, no, this is Aragog. He wouldn't hurt anybody. And he's like, doesn't matter. I'm going to kill it anyway. He shoots the box. The spider crawls out and then flies down the hallway. And basically... Hagrid is blamed for opening the Chamber of Secrets and getting somebody killed.
He's always getting screwed over.
He really is.
Right. And then we get the cheesiest, like, backdrop of Harry Potter. Like, backing up.
Hagrid.
No. No. Oh, no.
And then they go to see Hagrid.
They do, yes. He doesn't really tell them much. Because they kind of suspect him of... They don't go to see him, they like run into him in the courtyard or whatever. Because they don't go to see him until after Hermione.
Oh, yeah.
They run into him in the courtyard and he's like... like, you can tell they're suspicious of him, but they don't really ask him about
Well, they're talking about him and he walks up as they're talking about him.
Right.
Jerks.
Yeah, what a bunch of jerks.
Some assholes.
Where are they at? Because after this, they're all... everybody's together, and then they basically send. It's the Quidditch game. They're going to play Hufflepuff after this, right?
Yes. Yep. And that's when we find out about Hermione.
Yeah, because McGonagall comes up and she's like, "This game is canceled. You and Ron probably come with me. You're gonna want to see this."
Also, Captain Wood is such a jock. This game's canceled, and he goes, "You can't cancel Quidditch." Yes, you can.
Do you know who I am? I fall from 50 feet, and I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'm God.
Basically.
I'll play alone. Okay.
You kind of sounded just like him right there. I'll play alone. I don't care. I can do it myself. Fine. I'll do it myself.
Trying to get sponsored over here.
Yeah, exactly. Voice actor. Yeah, so we go and we see that Hermione is petrified, unfortunately, just like the others. But we skipped over the fact that that weird dude did end up petrified.
What weird dude?
The dude that the snake was looking at or whatever. It's like, what are you on about?
Oh, yeah.
That guy did end up petrified at some point. And then, that was a big part that we missed. Because, like, Lucius Malfoy comes in and everything, right? And whatnot. When he's talking to Dumbledore. No, it's Hagrid. He comes in with a dead chicken.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm willing to testify against the ministry that Harry's innocent. And he's like, I know Harry's innocent. And we get the fox scene.
Yeah.
Where I always mention, like, Harry walks up to Fox and, like, looks at him. And then he explodes into fire. And dies, and I feel like Harry in that moment is just like, why can't I get anything right?
Everything dies around me.
Everything dies around me. It wasn't me, man. No, we learn that Fox is a phoenix in that scene, and that from the ashes of his old body, a new one is born.
Oh, he's so cute.
He's such a cute little chicken.
Oh, you just
little fire chicken.
So can you cook him and eat him, and then they'll just come back?
I think.
So long as there's ashes, I think.
I'm just gonna say, I feel like
just clean off the bones and put them in a little pile and burn them.
I can imagine that phoenix eggs are delicious.
Maybe.
And then after you cook them, you have to burn it a lot.
Spicy eggs.
Spicy eggs. Oh, I like the scene with the Sorting Hat. He talks to the Sorting Hat here too. He's like, I stand by what I said. You would have done great things in Slytherin, but you wanted to be in Gryffindor.
So the first thing the Sorting Hat says to him when he goes in there, he goes, "Be in your bonnet, Potter." First thing I would do is be like, "Fuck, you just say to me? Cuz say something else."
What did he say?
What kind of be in your bonnet, Potter?
Be in your bonnet.
Like a bee in your hat, like something upsetting you.
Oh.
Yeah. So he says that, and in my head, I'm just like, we can throw down right now. I don't care if you're a hat. I will fuck you.
I'll piss on you, bro.
Yeah, that too.
Just whip out a scissor and be like,
oh yeah.
What up now, dude?
Now you ain't got a tip to your hat no more.
Talk more shit with 2 mouths, huh?
Anyway, Hermione was petrified holding a mirror. We don't know why. So now we go see Hagrid. In the invisibility cloak, he like opens the door holding a crossbow. And then take off the cloak. They're like, dude, bro. Who are you waiting for at a school with a crossbow? They go in. He starts to talk, but then they knock on the door again. It's Dumbledore and Cornelius Fudge.
Very young Cornelius Fudge.
Very young Cornelius Fudge. The Minister of Magic. Come in, they put the cloak on and hide in the corner. The Chamber of Secrets has been opened again, and once again they're blaming Hagrid. Lucius Malfoy comes in, and he's like, also, Dumbledore, you suck. All 12 of us governors, or whatever it's called, have voted to resign you, essentially, from Hogwarts. And he's like, man, well, 12 people said so. Guess that's the way it's got to be. But then he like looks at Harry Potter and he's like
looks dead at them.
Right at him. And he's like, but help will come to those in need who ask for it, or whatever. I forget the exact quote.
Help will always be given at Hogwarts to those who ask for it.
Also, somebody feed my dog.
Also, somebody feed. Yeah,
that's what Hagrid's.
Hagrid, yeah.
I like because Hagrid, after that like cool like deep line, Hagrid's like, yeah, and I got something to say that if anybody was looking for anything, they would have to follow the spiders.
Yep.
And they'd also have to feed Fang.
I like how Fudge, it's just him and Fudge at this time, and Fudge just looks around like, the fuck?
I know! He's just like... Okay.
So Harry and Ron do. They see the spiders going up out the window and into the Forbidden Forest. So they go out there, follow the spiders into this big, like, hollow, covered in spider webs and little spiders, bigger spiders all over the place.
Reminds me of that scene in Desolation of Smog in where they're in the forest.
Yeah, kind of.
Mirkwood Forest.
Or a little bit of I don't know if you guys ever watched Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's that episode in season 2 where they're on the ice planet and all those spiders are there.
Oh, dude, fuck that.
Yeah.
Or just like the entire movie, Eight-Legged Freaks. Whatever.
Oh, what a movie,
I was like,
what a slam dunk of a movie, dude.
Starship Troopers.
I admittedly was tripping pretty fucking hard when I saw that. When I watched that scene in Desolation of Smog, I was like the spider scene. I was like,
yeah, the spider scene is rough.
It was really scary.
Yeah. The big spider comes out. It's Aragog. He luckily speaks English. Thank goodness, because where would this movie go if the spider couldn't speak English, a human language?
Correct.
He tells him it was a lie. Hagrid never opened the Chamber of Secrets. He was only framed for it. And that's basically all the information we really get out of him.
Before he's like, his children eat them.
I'm going to let my dudes eat you. We don't attack Hagrid.
Kill them.
We don't attack Hagrid by my orders, but you guys just walked in here on your own free will, so feast! Feast!
He spends all that time telling them that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is also where we get like the most cringe rom of all time. He's looking up at the spider. Harry, can we panic now?
Can we panic now? I hate him. So the spiders, and I like how Harry uses the spell that Tom Riddle uses in the flashback that he uses on Aragog. So that was kind of a nice little throwback that Harry was paying attention to that.
Okay, it's Arachne something. I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Fuck off, yes.
Fuck off.
Too much go away.
Spider, fuck off, yes.
But it's not enough. They're surrounding him until the Blue Ford, Ron's Blue Ford, comes flying back over the hill, smashing into spiders, opens the door, they hop in, Fang hops in, and then they drive off. The spiders are chasing them through all of this stuff until they're able to actually engage the flying gear and fly off.
That scene had pretty good CGI.
Yeah, it was actually, like, today, it looked good.
Yeah.
It scared me when I was a kid because I don't like spiders either.
Still don't like spiders.
But, like, to this day, I could see why, because it looked good.
Maybe they just used Hermione's funny cat costume just to mislead people.
Maybe. It's just like, oh man, this is what this movie is going to look like. And then you see it and they're like, they spent all the money on this. That's why. They probably filmed that last. And they're like, well, we're out of money, so...
Shit, what do we do about this?
Here's some Elmer's glue, and everybody start shaving your head.
Yeah.
You got brown hair.
It's like Jackass when they put all the pubes on his face and they don't tell him until after the prank is over.
Gross. Basically, the car drops him off in front of Hagrid's again, whips around and goes back into the woods to continue its car orgy, or whatever it's doing in the woods. I don't know. It lives in the woods now.
Yes.
What is it doing in
Be
there?
free!
I'm like, what is it doing in there? Is there like a... I don't know.
It's a car orgy. It's got to be. It's the only explanation.
Bunch of magic cars in the Forbidden Forest just getting it on, dude.
Oh my god.
Tranny fluid everywhere.
Oh god. Tranny fluid, huh?
Oh, that's a giggity.
We're back with Hermione now, and Harry's like stroking her hand, just like in a very like sexual way, dude. Like it's hot. Like there's chemistry. She's petrified, and they're still just on it, dude. It's just lightning between them. And I'm like, this is beautiful, dude. Like these two should have ended up together. But he finds a crumpled up piece of paper in her hand, opens it up. It's a page talking about basilisks. Basically, a basilisk is a giant snake that is a natural predator to spiders, so they fear him, and then one look from the basilisk is instant death for a human. So they're like, well, how come nobody's died then? They've all been petrified. So they start putting it together. The cat saw the reflection through the water. The camera is how he saw the basilisk, and that's why he was petrified. The weird dude saw him through nearly headless Nick. That's why he was petrified, and Hermione had the mirror.
Yep.
So...
I was wondering about this because, like, does Harry's glasses count as like a...
I would say no.
No?
I would say that's probably directly looking at him.
You gotta think, it's a lens just like the camera was.
Yeah, same with Nearly Headless Nick is basically just, so you would think...
I don't know, it's
Harry's also a parcel tongue, though, so maybe...
Yeah. You could just say,
maybe
like,
it doesn't affect him.
Stop.
And he mentions that at the end. He's like, I've trained him to only listen to me.
Yeah.
Can you stop?
Yeah.
Can you?
Man.
Stop it, Ron.
I'm a slithery snake.
Slithering up in your garden?
Can you not?
Eating up all your mice?
How about now?
They wonder how he's getting around, but Hermione answered that too. She has pipes underlined at the bottom of the page. So we know that the basilisk is traveling
I
through.
just burped and it tastes like soap.
Damn,
I
son.
don't like these beans anymore.
At some point, Lockhart volunteers, like, or whatever. I know these. I could have helped if I was there.
He said to Snape that he knew where the entrance
That's right.
was.
He told Snape where the entrance. He knew where it was.
So McGonagall, being the bitch that she is, like, oh, good, it's settled. Go figure it out.
What'd you get?
What'd you get? Yeah, I'll do another one too, just to get the soap out of my mouth.
I don't know. It's just disgusting.
Oh
Probably
fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck. This one is...
It might be...
Why did I look before I put it in my mouth?
I
That's
think
what
I
she
got
said.
sausage.
This
I
one
got sausage
This
too.
one's rotten egg, but I want to do it anyway just because I already grabbed it.
I'm scared.
I'm going to do another one to wash down.
You gotta do it without looking at them, Michaela.
I don't know what they are. I already forgot what they are.
Yeah, I definitely got sausage too. That's weird. That's weird.
Okay, wait.
Alright, yeah, washing that one down with earwax.
That one was watermelon. Okay.
Why do you keep getting those and then... Whatever.
I don't really like the sausage one.
Is it weird that rotten egg is not that bad? It's kind of sweet.
I mean, it's if you wash sausage down with earwax, it's not as bad.
Is that a giggity?
Giggity.
Alright.
Interesting enough. Ooh.
Also, fun fact, these have been expired for 8 years. I'm just kidding.
Oh, I was like, really?
I was kidding.
So why they're turning to dust as I chew them?
So Ron and Harry run to Gilderoy Lockhart to give him whatever information they can to help him. Because at this point, they still think he's going to go and save Ginny, who has also been revealed, that we missed that, I guess, who's also been revealed to have been taken by the Beast into the Chamber of Secrets.
Yep, they overhear that when
Yeah.
they're coming back from Hagrid's, or from the spider incident.
But it's revealed here, wrong pipe, that Gilderoy is planning on leaving and not going to the Chamber of Secrets.
Mm-hmm. Packing his bags like a big
He's
pussy.
a fraud. He's quite good with memory charms, and basically he's taken credit for other better wizards' work and written books about it. What a douche.
Douche.
Basically, they get the jump on him, pull their wands, get his wand, and they're like, hey man, you're going to come with us, show us where the Chamber of Secrets is. And we end up in that girl's bathroom again.
He actually did not know where it was.
No, he didn't.
But Harry was like, yo, they said a girl died in a bathroom 50 years ago. What if she never left? And she was a perv.
And she was a perv,
And
like
then
2 years from now. 2 years from now, she just lets it buck, dude. Like, right now, she's like, all right, they're 12. But when they're like 14, dude,
Just gonna go for it.
dude, I want to see those wieners.
Full send.
It's free real estate.
Full send.
It's free real estate.
So we go up and we talk to Myrtle, who was crying in the bathroom at the time, opened the door and just saw a pair of yellow eyes coming from that sink, and then she was just dead. We look at the sink, we see the Slytherin emblem, he parcel tongues it a little bit, and yes, it opens up.
He just parcel tongues the fuck out of that sink, bro.
Gives it a little parcel tongue, it opens right up, and Gilderoy Lockhart's like, looks good, alright guys, good luck. And they're like, no, you're going first, dude. Shove him down the hole. Peace.
I like how he lands and you just like can't see, but he goes, it's rather filthy down here.
The other two jump down. Yeah, there's a bunch of skeletons of all sorts of animals, and I don't think any humans, but mostly just animals and stuff over probably the last 60 years. Mice. As they walk down the corridor, they see the giant snake skin. They're like, man, this thing must be 60 feet long. Gilderoy passes out. Ron's like, heart of a lion, this one. He snatches his wand, and he's like, all right, the adventure ends here. He's basically going to let Ginny die and then say that he couldn't save Ron and Harry because they lost their minds down there. It was unfortunate. And he uses Obliviate on Harry. Backfires because Ron's wand is broken. And basically loses all his memory. But causes a rock slide that separates them, unfortunately.
Yes.
Harry goes on alone while Gilderoy's just like, who are you? Oh, okay. Then who am I?
I like he's tossing the rock and he's like, it's an odd place. Do you live here?
Did you live here?
Do you live here? I he just takes that rock from him and just busts him in the back of the head with it.
Yeah.
So
no, I don't live here. Poof. Good luck, Harry. Harry gets to the door. It's a bunch of snakes, so he uses parcel tongue again.
Parcel tongues it.
Parcel tongues it again. Real good this time because it's a little bit bigger of a hole.
Katie.
Stop and pause. Pause for effect. The door opens and we see Ginny laying unconscious at the end of the hallway. There's snakes on both sides and we see the giant head of Salazar Slytherin. It's a real dope.
Excellent architecture.
It's a real dope chamber. Yeah. We were talking about that, like if he hired somebody to do all that or if he just magicked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably Snake is pretty good at using tools.
Who knows?
Or he just had people do it for him and then he killed them at the end so they wouldn't, reveal the location.
I mean, that could be too. Probably more likely being a Slytherin and all shifty characters.
Slimy little bastards.
They're all little fuckers.
Probably go back in time and he's got his little tail wrapped around like a chisel and he has like safety glasses, tink, tink, with the sparks coming off.
I worked so hard on this.
Yeah, that's why he's so pissed they're in there.
He runs up to Ginny. She's ice cold. Tom Riddle pops out of the corner and he's like, I've been using her the whole time, basically through possession. Because she doesn't have a soul, so it's basically just like an empty driver's seat, You just hop in and take the wheel. She wrote the messages, basically opened the Chamber of Secrets, all that good stuff, under his control. Mm-hmm. And he's like, why? Why would you do all that? And he's like, because basically Voldemort's cool as shit. That's why. I love him. He's the best. And then Harry's like, nah, dude. Dumbledore's the best, bruh. And he's like, Dumbledore's a hack! I'm like, wow, he's very passionate.
Fuck that guy!
Dumbledore has been driven out of this castle by the mere memory of me, is what he said.
Draw your Beyblade, Harry. This ends here.
We're gonna rip it.
Rip it, Harry.
Trainer Tom Riddle wants to battle. Yeah, he basically spells his name now, Tom Marvolo Riddle. And he's like, whatever, whisks it around. He's like, I am Lord Voldemort. He's like, I have to body you again? No. This can't be. And then we get the Phoenix. Fox comes flying in with the sorting hat, drops it at his feet, and it's empty.
There's a giant snake. Thanks for the hat, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
The snake isn't out yet. I think he drops the hat first. He drops the hat. It is the sorting hat. I was wondering. I was like, is that just a hat or is that the sorting hat? It's the sorting hat. He just doesn't say anything, apparently.
Same sorting hat that was just talking shit to him.
Yeah, pretty much. Tom's like, ha. That's what you're bending all your hope on is a bird and an empty hat. Well, here's mine. And then the mouth opens and the basilisk comes out. Looks dope. Like, still to this day.
Pretty freaky.
Looks dope. Harry bails, and the basilisk, and like I said earlier, Tom Riddle's like, like, real quick, dude. And he's like, you can try and talk to him, but it only listens to me. And then it's basically chasing him. Fox circles back around, starts plucking its eyes out and rips it and blinds it, essentially. Mm-hmm. Which I'm like, wow, how convenient that now you can look at it. Huh.
Then we had some Jurassic Park action in the tunnel when it was blinded from that.
Yeah.
Dope.
It sounded like...
Mew.
Mine doesn't work.
No.
Anyway.
Here, let me just throw this rock to distract it.
Steve Irwin could have handled it.
Ominous.
Harry was in over his head.
Harry wasn't over his head.
Yeah, so Harry's running through the tunnels. He throws a rock. The basilisk basically goes off the other way. He comes back out to Ginny. Tom Riddle's like, dude, it's too late. She's almost dead, and I'm almost back to life, dog. Basilisk comes busting out of the water again, real dope. I'm like, man, this thing is cool. I wish it wouldn't have
been a bad guy.
Eaten it, yeah, or been a bad guy, or even eaten it in this movie if it could have just like ran away, came back.
Hold a page from Anaconda.
Yeah,
that one.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It did out of the waterfall.
Mm-hmm.
So dope, man. So dope. But now the
sword of Gryffindor.
Sword of Gryffindor.
Oh!
Forms in the hat, and Harry's basically like, what? Where did that come from?
What?
He grabs it, and he just like starts fighting the basilisk with like the most pathetic swings.
We also noticed that that's like the same size as the one in the movie.
Yeah, like I thought it was a little small, but like looking at it, it's not
like
very big in the movie.
Yeah, it's like in Harry's hand. I was like, wow, that looks really small. Is it the same?
Is that
size?
a wand?
Yeah,
Almost.
it's a
Man.
sharp wand.
I get it. I mean, they're little, young, so whatever, 12 years old or something. Yeah, just the most pathetic swing attempts.
Also, the basilisk keeps just like jamming its face into the rocks and crumbling the dude's face, so that architecture is just fucked now.
Yeah, like, dude, whack.
Yeah, just destroyed it.
Harry drops the sword, slides off. The basilisk comes in one more time. He's able to reach the sword with his opposite hand and then stab through the top of the basilisk's head. We get some sweet whipping motions as it's dying, and then it falls to the ground dead. It did.
Also, thankfully, it died on the land. It didn't slip all the way into the water for future.
Well, and Harry took one right in the friggin' arm in order to do that like a champ. He didn't even swear or say shit or anything.
Nothing, dude. Perfect gentleman. Yeah, he rips the tooth out of his arm and goes back down to Ginny.
Don't blow you out! I'll blow you out!
And instead of being a normal person that pulls a fang out of your arm, he's like, I'll just keep it. He goes back down. Instead of just dropping it, like, ugh.
You never know.
I'll keep it.
You never know. Goes back down to Ginny. Tom's like, yeah, the basilisk venom's a real nasty bitch. It's going to kill you anyway. And he's like, you know what? Fuck you, man. Fuck you. And this whole thing started because of this stupid diary. What if I, like, stab it? He, like, stabs it with the basilisk fang.
I'm mad at it. I'm
And
gonna
it, like,
stab it.
explodes a hole in his chest.
Yeah.
He's like, ah! This can't be! And he stabs it again, and one opens in his face. He's like, ah! And he basically stabs it a third time, and then he explodes into dust. It's really.
What if you start peeing on the book? Or like punching it? Or like
Ripping
wet. Up pages? Yeah. Just start getting all crazy with it. Drown the book.
I'm not gonna lie, I just like the pee on it idea. That's the best one.
I have to pee really bad, and now we're talking about peeing.
Alright, we're moving on, man. Ginny wakes up immediately. She's like, hey, dude, it was me. But, like, I didn't mean to. Like, he was in my head telling me to do it. And he's like, dude.
Wasn't me. I was drunk.
He's like, shush.
Gives her a real sensual wet willy.
Oh my god.
He looks at his finger and puts it in her mouth.
Slap on the ass. Good game. Good game.
Oh, that's so funny.
Then they exit by way of Fox.
Yeah, Fox carries all
Like
four of them, right?
yeah.
All four of them out, which is the cover of the second book.
Yeah.
Really cool. Fox carries them all out of the chamber.
Mm-hmm. OG.
Basically, now we're in Dumbledore's office talking to Harry, and he's like, basically, dude, like, I was super dangerous. You broke 1,000,000 rules, suspendable rules, but you also saved everybody. So,
everybody.
Shout out to you, dog. Thanks for that. You're cool.
In like
Ron.
normal Dumbledore fashion. Hey, you broke about 1 billion rules. I should kick you out forever. I should probably smack you. But I'm going to award some points to Gryffindor.
But you saved everyone. So here's...
JK, we're rewarding you. So
1,000 points for Gryffindor.
Instead of public execution, we're going to...
reward you 50 points to Gryffindor.
Oh. He tells Ron to send a letter to Azkaban to tell them to release Hagrid. So he goes off. He thanks Harry again. And then Lucius Malfoy comes in, of course, with Dobby. It's revealed that Dobby is Malfoy's house elf.
Snitch.
Why? Snitch.
She's a snitch.
Snitches, dude.
Dude, Harry snitched on Dobby because when you walk in, he goes, "Oh, you're the Malfoy's house elf," and then Lucius looks at him and he goes, "I'll deal with you later." Like, bro, you probably just got his ass whooped for no reason. Thanks, Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah, but basically, here he's pretty much outraged that Dumbledore is back. But he's like, hey man, it's revealed that most of those governors said that you threatened their families with curses if they didn't sign the paper. So they decided to overturn the decision, and here I am. Mm-hmm. Douche.
Big old douche.
Mm-hmm.
It's to be noted that the Phoenix tears can heal stuff, so it cried on Harry's arm.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
which
that.
healed the little venom.
We forgot about that.
That was adorable.
It was.
Aww.
Fox's.
Like lands on, he's like, "Sorry, Fox, it just wasn't quick enough," and then he just tears him. Hits him with the old tear.
Give me your tear cummies, Sky Daddy.
Oh no, I can't believe you said that. He said that when we were watching earlier, and I was like, I'm done.
That Phoenix was a pretty good actor.
Oh, really was.
It was. It was actually an animatronic, and it's not in my fun facts, but it is a fun fact that the actor that played Dumbledore like walked into set and thought it was a real bird for a second. Because like it looked so real.
Can I have it? Oh, it's not. Oh, okay.
That thing exists somewhere. Malfoy leaves and he basically like punts Dobby out of the room as he's going, whipping him with his cane and all sorts of stuff. And Harry's like, "Hey, Dumbledore, can I have that book? Unrelated. Can I have it?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead."
That's like to read.
Yeah, I like it. You know, it's a blank book. I want it.
Yeah,
Runs after Malfoy, gives him the book, and he's like, "Hey, you might want your book back, dude." And he's like, "How do you know it's my book?" And he's like, "'Cause I know." And he's like, "You little shit." And then they turn around and leave. Dobby opens the book. There's a sock inside of it. And he's like, "A crusty sock! I can't believe it!
I'm free!
I'm free!"
Master has given Dobby a cum-filled sock. I am free.
I am free! Oh, God.
It smells like freedom.
Oh, no.
And bleach!
And bleach!
And bleach!
Oh, great.
Lucius loses his head here, whips out his wand, and he's about to kill Harry with the killing curse.
He does. He starts.
He says
running.
Avada, and then Dobby hits him. And I'm like, dude, he was about to like kill Harry Potter right there. That would have been the end of the series.
Dude,
well, maybe not.
House Elves have like some sick magic, dude.
Can you imagine like what would have happened to him if he would have just killed Harry right there? He would have fucking been.
It would have been
Azkaban for life.
Yeah. Azkaban.
Yeah, it would have been rough. And then like whatever Neville is the.
And then Voldemort would have came back and killed him for killing Harry because he wanted to kill Harry.
Right.
That sucks.
Inadvertently killing one of Voldemort's Horcruxes.
Spoilers!
Spoilers,
guys.
Spoiler.
So we're in the Great Hall now. Dumbledore thanks everybody. Says all the homework has been canceled, all the exams have been canceled. Everybody's
Hermione's
happy.
very upset about that.
Hermione's the only one who's just like, what? No, dude. I do love it. Like when she comes in the Great Hall though, and like they lean out of the thing, and
it's so dorky. Ron leans this way, and then Harry looks at Hermione like.
It's cute, man. It's cute.
It's so dorky.
When she comes like sprinting down the hallway to hug him, dude, I love it. It's cute. And she embraces Harry and like just this hot,
hearty,
just full of emotion hug, dude. And then like her and Ron shake hands. Mm-hmm. Good to go.
I'll fuck you later.
We'll get it later.
So that's a giveaway of them being FWBs.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, we only shake hands in public. We do the nasty behind the scenes.
Hagrid comes in. Everybody gives him a big standing ovation, round of applause. He's like choking up and crying. I'm choking up and crying. I'm like,
I do love it every time you see Hagrid cry. He takes his beard and goes. I love that so much.
I wonder if he does that when he's cooking. Like, ugh.
Yeah,
the camera pans out to Hogwarts and the movie ends till we get an after credit scene. You guys know that there's an after credit scene?
I don't think we watched that, did we?
It's not very substantial or anything.
It's like 10 seconds.
So it basically pans down to the bookstore from the beginning, and then there's a picture in the front window of a new book from Gilderoy Lockhart that's just "Who am I?" And then he's
just him looking around on the cover.
He's like in a straitjacket, like looking around.
Oh my god!
And that's it.
Oh, we forgot to talk about the owl that flies into the window.
Yeah, Ron's ridiculous owl.
That shit was hilarious.
Errol.
I rewound that like 3 times to watch it over and over and over.
Because he slams into the window, he slams into the table, he gets lost on the way to Azkaban.
Which is why Hagrid's late for dinner.
Hagrid's like, I would have been here sooner, but whoever sent the
good one.
owl got lost like 6 times apparently.
And then Ron's
like,
whoever's in charge of their stunts for people running into stuff, they've got it down. They have it down.
They crushed it. All right, here's some fun facts for you guys. Although this movie is based on the second shortest book, it's the longest of the movies.
Wow. Really?
What?
Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, on the other hand, is the longest book, but the second shortest movie. So.
They do cut out a lot of shit, though, don't they?
Yeah. That one's like noted.
Just blew my mind. You obliviated me.
I obliviated you. Obliterate! Number 2, full-size models replaced the cast members in scenes where their characters had been petrified, so they were like full models for Hermione and all that stuff.
Interesting.
I wonder what they did with them later.
Things.
Specifically the Hermione one. Where did that one end up?
Darn, where can I find that
You're
thing
scrolling
nowadays?
through eBay, you just find life-size models of people.
They gotta be somewhere.
Gotta be.
Just Hermione.
Probably a Catholic's basement.
She's holding a mirror too, so it's like, uh-oh.
No, even weirder.
Weird. Number 3. Nurses were drafted into the production when an outbreak of head lice occurred
Holy
on the
shit.
set between
great.
all of the kids.
Filthy
Tom
little,
Riddle at it again.
filthy little mudbloods.
Number 4, the only Harry Potter movie that has a post-credit scene out of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
We knew that.
I bet everybody sat after all of them for like the entirety.
I don't know
of the
if back
series.
then, I don't know if it was
It
such
wasn't,
a...
yeah, it wasn't such a prevalent thing back then.
Now it's just like so like elementary to have one.
We sat at Godzilla vs. King Kong for like 15 minutes and then we were just like, alright, fuck this.
There was one though, wasn't there? No?
No, we sat and waited for one, there wasn't one.
Huh.
Why?
Because we were mad.
Number 5, Bonnie Wright revealed that that she did in fact film scenes in which possessed Ginny strangled roosters outside of Hagrid's hut.
Nice.
Since the crow of roosters is fatal to a basilisk. The element was entirely omitted from the movie, so basically when Hagrid charges into Dumbledore's office later with a dead chicken,
That was the cutout part.
that was the cutout part, because they did film that scene.
Interesting.
And that's all I got for you guys.
Alright.
I got a piece.
Well, then we already talked about what we thought, so what do you guys think as far as, should we do bad guys? Because we did like Professor Quirrell and Voldemort in the first one. How does Tom Riddle / Lucius Malfoy rank up against Quirrell and Voldemort?
Tom obviously is
Tom's more
Tom-
like Tom's like the tactician.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
I like them more, and they actually, and I mean, if we count the basilisk, dope.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's probably one
Very
of my
much.
top creatures from the entire series.
Yeah, I would
Absolutely.
agree. I would agree. So I'd put these guys right at number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And ranking wise, I'm going to say this was better than the Sorcerer's Stone.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
I
absolutely.
think so.
I think we could
It was much more
unanimously say
bearable.
so.
Up there.
For
I think
sure.
that's a unanimous decision because
Yes.
as the movies go on, they get darker, more mature, I think.
Yeah.
Especially, I think the third one gets a little darker even yet.
Yes.
A little bit.
So it'll be exciting to talk about that next week. So
Shit.
there you got it. Number 1, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Number 2, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's / Philosopher's Stone.
Philosopher's Stone.
Tune in next week to see where we put the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Well, probably in prison.
Well, probably he was waiting the whole podcast.
Fucking idiot.
The whole podcast, he's like, he's gonna say it at the end, and I'm gonna fucking get him. I'm gonna crush him.
Get him.
Go get him.
We'll see where we put that movie next week when we dive into it. Thanks, guys, for watching. And
Michaela's got to pee.
Michaela's got a piece, so we are out of here, guys. Thanks. Bye.